For as long as the tide had pulled at the moon, Lyra was a creature of the in-between, not of the bustling Mer-City with its coral spires, nor of the sun-drenched world above. She was a deep wanderer, a lover of silences and shipwrecks. Her treasure was not gold, but solitude, and the secret songs of the abyss. It was in the shadow of the Trench of Whispers, where even the bravest merfolk hesitated, that she found the chest. It was not encrusted with barnacles, but lay half buried in pale sand, as if placed with care. The wood was dark, banded with iron that had not rusted, and fastened with a clasp shaped like a twin-toed sea serpent. Her touch, light as a frond, sprung the latch. The lid opened not with a groan, but a sigh, releasing a cloud of silver bubbles that danced like tiny, joyful spirits. Inside, the deep-sea gloom vanished. Here was captured moonlight, stolen starlight. Necklaces of pearlescent gems lay coiled like sleeping eels. Brooches, intricate as seafoam lace, held sapphires the color of the midnight sky, rings set with emeralds like frozen kelp forests, and diamonds that held their own fire in the absolute dark. And resting atop it all, a crown. It was wrought of platinum or some rare metal, even rarer, shaped not like the harsh crowns of the surface kings, but like a cresting wave frozen in a perfect, graceful curl. At its peak, a single teardrop pearl glowed with a soft, internal radiance. It sang a silent song of authority, not of conquest, but of grace, of responsibility, not of dominion. Compelled by a force older than the ocean itself, Lyra reached out. Her fingers, slender and cool, lifted the crown. It was lighter than she expected, and yet it held the weight of ages. Slowly, as if in a dream, she placed it upon her hair, the color of deep-water kelp. The transformation was not a violent wrench, but a swift, sure tide washing through her. A tingling warmth spread from her brow down her spine. Her simple tail of iridescent scales shimmered and deepened, the pattern resolving into a majestic, sweeping fin of silver and deep blue, like a royal mantle. Across her shoulders and chest, delicate, living seafoam, luminous and shifting, wove itself into a gown. Her eyes, once the soft gray of a foggy sea, now held the piercing, calm clarity of a lighthouse beam. But the greater change was in the water around her. It stilled. The constant, murmuring pressure of the deep seemed to bow. A curious octopus, drifting by, paused and executed a slow, deliberate loop of deference. A school of bioluminescent lanternfish shifted their formation, creating a path of light before her. She began to swim, not with her usual darting curiosity, but with a new, stately purpose. As she ascended from the trench, the ocean reacted. Great turtles altered their ancient courses to swim alongside her. Dolphins fell into escort formation, their clicks and whistles forming a harmonious procession. A passing pod of whales, the old leviathans, slowed their journey to sing a low, resonant note of recognition, a sound they reserved for drowned islands and fallen kings. When she neared the Mer-City, the guards at the Pearl Gates, who had always dismissed her as a fanciful wanderer, straightened. Spears usually crossed to bar her casual entry, now lowered in salute. The bustling market of shells and song fell into a hush. Merfolk young and old paused, their eyes wide. They did not see Lyra, the odd dreamer. They saw a queen returned from some long-forgotten realm, her right to rule written in the very water, affirmed by the crown that gleamed upon her brow. An elder, his beard like white seagrass, swam forward. His voice, rough with age, trembled with awe. "Your Grace, we had heard the legends of the Queen of the Deep, who walked both reef and shore, whose crown was lost when the old world drowned. We thought it a tale for Fry." Lyra looked at her reflection in a polished conch, a stranger, yet herself, infinitely more so. The crown was not a costume, it was a key. It had not changed her, but had unlocked a latent sovereignty within her spirit. A sovereignty the ocean itself instantly acknowledged. She touched the cool pearl at her forehead. The respect in the eyes around her was not born of fear, that of a deep ancient relief. The ocean had felt a lack, a missing note in its great song, and now that note was restored. Lyra, the wanderer of lonely places, smiled. Her kingdom was not a palace, but the boundless blue. Her subjects were not just the Mer, but the Leviathan and the limpet, the current and the crest. And her treasure, found in the silent dark, was a destiny as deep and as endless as the sea itself.